Fox News Alert: 4 people rescued after diving into the Gulf of Mexico to escape an oil rig fire. The platform caught fire this morning 80 miles south of Louisiana. We're getting our first look at the rig. First time we're seeing these pictures where the fire is now out. We're happy to report, and no injuries are reported at this time, but that is due to the good work of the Coast Guard. And we're lucky enough to talk to Captain Brian Daly. He's Chief of Response for the U.S. Coast Guard 8th District. Captain, tell us a little bit about what happened this morning.
Well, good afternoon, Ms. Lee. I think you've got most of the facts there. Early this morning, about 2:30, we got a call of a platform fire 70 miles south of Grand Isle, Louisiana. Where we are right now is, as you reported, the 4 people that were on board were safely evacuated, and the fire's out. And the other good part is that the source of the oil is secured, so that's good news. The offshore supply vessel, actually, Mary Wyatt Milano, was actually the first on scene and did the rescue of those people. So definitely a shout out to them for the good work that they did.
That is lucky. 80 miles off the coast, that has to present some challenges for your team.
Yes, it is a good distance out there. No matter if we, by helicopter or by ship, we just deployed resources immediately. But the fact that there's already ships on scene made a big difference in this case. There's actually 4 offshore supply vessels that were eventually able to start fighting the fire and was able to extinguish the fire.
That's great news. And as you said, there is no oil that was leaking. Of course, our mind goes to the worst case scenario. But when you hear, and this is the way the wires were reporting this very early this morning, that 4 people had to jump off the platform, and that's how it was described. Is that accurate based on what you know, and do you know anything about the cause of the fire?
My understanding is that the 4 people entered the raft. Now, did they jump off the platform and then enter the raft, or how they actually got into the raft? I'm not quite sure on that. We're still trying to determine that. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement, they're the lead agency in that. They'll go out there and assess what's happening. Our position right now is that we're still concerned for the safety of the people that now need to go out and do the inspection on the facility to make sure that the structure is sound and take a look at that. But that's where we are right now.
Well, Captain, I didn't even think about that. Obviously, you have to go back and you have to figure out what's happening there, and that presents, again, its own set of challenges. So from this point on, what's next?
So what's next is we're still putting water on the fire to make sure the fire doesn't reflash. Then we'll make an assessment whether or not the structure is safe to go on. Then we'll actually do the inspection. But also, in the meantime, we're assessing how much actual oil did get into the water. And if any of it's recoverable, then we have resources out there to recover any of that oil. Well,
it plays again to your kind of worst case scenarios. Your greatest fear is you could be in the middle of a large body of water and there's a fire. And what do you do? And it's great to know that the Coast Guard is there. Captain Brian Daly, it's great to have you on the program. We look forward to having you back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.